All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna do something a little different today. I want to, well, as part of this is instilling a daily practice that serves you. And we have been, for the last week, playing with what intuitively serves you, adapting your practice based on how you are feeling that day. I want to add an additional element. If you work with a practitioner, they may give recommendations for things that you should integrate into your practice. I am working with a practitioner, and I was given a recommendation to do some heavy purging of the spleen and the stomach meridian, and just kind of removing. So we're going to spend more time purging today. We're going to do it through a healing sound exercise on an extended version, but giving you a taste of that. We'll still do some Wuji to cultivate some energy after we purge, and we'll do that combination with a color to restore and refill that stomach and that spleen meridian. And then we'll end with golden ball, because this bright yellow color is what's associated with the spleen, and we play a lot with that color. So it should be a really beautiful practice today. But for the next week, we're going to focus on this heavy purging and see how you feel, as we engage in this. Perhaps your stomach and spleen needs heavily purged as well. If not, there's nothing, it can't hurt. Things that we probably have been eating while we've been quarantined, things that we eat in general, any kind of help with the purging, the detox of these meridians is helpful. So yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and wake up the body. Let's start by doing some spinal breathing just to wake up the spine. So inhale, exhale. One more deep breath in. Exhale. Let's do some shoulder rolls, starting back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And opposite way, expanding them out. Let's just do some acupressure points. So let's start with this one on the shoulder, right here. And let's do like the exercise that we used to do on the sternum to strengthen the lungs. Let's just push and circle, applying pressure. Other side. If you hit this point just right, you should feel the energy shooting down the arm to the fingertips. Let's come back over to this other one. Doing repeat points because I am feeling a blockage in my left arm. Each time you come back to it, it's almost like being able to melt it, like butter. You know, you're warming it up. You know, as we prepare for our practice in the morning, when you're warming up the body, it would take care of any discomforts that you may be feeling. You know, so I'm twisting, I'm feeling it in my back, my lower back. You know, if I dangle and do a forward fold, that's because I'm feeling it in my back. Acupressure points, I'm feeling pressure, maybe pain in certain meridians. And then just shake it out. Now let's go ahead and just twist the back. Non-intentionally tapping, just side to side, waking up the spine. Bring the hands up. Good. All right. We're going to move into our heavy purging. So we're going to go for a couple minutes doing these healing sounds. And since we're going to regulate with a color, we'll even do Wuji. I'll guide you with a color. I'm not worried about that. Really, we're going to take deep inhalations, filling the belly, and exhaling with a sound. There are two sounds for this meridian pair. Primarily servicing and purging the spleen, which is the yin of the two organs. The stomach is the yang. When we treat the yin organ, it automatically affects the complement as well. So there's two sounds. The first sound is a hu sound like an owl, and the second sound is a ho sound. We're going to start with the sound ho today and just do several repetitions. Yeah, we're going to spend a couple minutes here just inhaling, deeply filling the belly. And on the release, it's not going to be screaming. It's just going to be a ho. And we'll do that about 9 times. And then we're going to do another 9 rounds with it being more of a whisper. Releasing, hitting on 2 different levels. The ho is the emotional level, which is a lot of the reasons why many of us eat. It's the emotional tie to the food. And then the ho is more of a spiritual, a sigh, the inaudible is a spiritual divine connection, you know, connecting you to the greater reason why you're given this incredible gift of life. So let's go ahead and just get centered. We'll start 9 times with the first one, and then we'll do 9 times with the second one. We'll see how we're feeling then, and if we feel called to do a little more. When I do healing sounds, I go back to my CrossFit days, and I do them in rounds of 3 rounds of 3, so that I don't lose count. That's the way that I on it. So we'll do it at the louder tone, which is just the regular tone, and then we'll do it at the inaudible tone. All right, here we go. Taking that first deep breath in, filling the belly. Hold. Let's go to inaudible. Transition back to the audible tone. And let's do another round of inaudible. One final one. Good. All right, let's go ahead and get into our Wuji standing meditative posture. Complete your 1 through 4, and when you start to bring energy up from the earth, imagine it being this bright yellow healing energy that's coming up and nourishing the spleen and the stomach. The spleen is right here under the rib cage, small little organ here, and your stomach. dantian so we can start to move towards regulation. We're going to start with golden ball, imagining we're gathering energy from this waist-high river of yellow healing energy, this bright yellow healing light. We're going to gather this ball out of the river, make it bigger, make it smaller, bring it into the chest, push it back out, and take it back down. Gather, rise, bigger, smaller, bring it into the chest, push it out, and take it back down. Gather, bigger, smaller, bring it into the chest, push it back out, and lower it back down. One more. One hand comes on top of the other on the lower abdomen. You're going to bring the feet closer together so they're about a width apart. Letting the energy settle. Letting the energy rock or sway your body. If you feel called. Coming back to stillness. Have a beautiful Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me. See you tomorrow morning.